Hey everybody, today we're going to show you how to draw a thumb, a human thumb, including specifics of how to draw the thumbnail and how to really put that all together. So we're going to take our time and do this video. It's going to be a process. I'm going to guide you along the way. And let me just start off by letting you know we have a couple tools here. And I'll grab one more simple eraser. We have a couple pencils and I'll show you each one. I've got the 3, the HB, the H, the 5, and the 7. So those are my kind of favorite to use. And just a ruler in case I need to kind of clean anything up or just use it. You'll see where that comes in a bit later. But anyway, what we typically will start off with doing is I typically start with I do like the H as a starting point, and then we'll kind of go from there. So we'll draw the thumb kind of from this position over here. And you're going to see I'm just going to guide you along the way, and like I said before, it's going to be, a process. So stay along with me and we'll go through this together. So I'm actually just going to fix this up just a little bit. I'm actually just going to go a little bit wider. So that's going to be kind of the framework for drawing the thumb. So we start there, and we obviously have a thumbnail over here. So we're just going to draw the outline of the thumbnail. We're not really going to put it in full picture right now. We're gonna develop it, as you can see. So there's going to be some erasing over here. What you need to know is that the thumb, obviously you can see with my thumb as well, is you typically have this kind of line over here. So we're going to kind of draw this line over there. And the other thing about the thumb is that you do have some folded skin on the sides. So we also want to kind of plan for that as well. So the folded skin kind of happens right around that line actually. So what I'm going to do is probably just fix this up and just put this. So that's kind of that part of the thumb, and the side skin fold will go over there. So you can see kind of cleaning this up over there. The other thing is when you look at the thumb, you also have some lines below. So you might have a couple lines right below. And then you have this kind of zone over here that is typically, for the most part, flat. You don't really get a lot of folded skin in this zone. I would guess the reason is the nail kind of extends underneath the skin here, and it tends to be a bit of a flat area. So I just drew those lines to show you, but obviously that's not going to stay on the drawing, so take that off. So you typically have some kind of lines over there. The other thing you have is sometimes you even have a couple little light hairs on your thumb. So you might put a couple over here, and you might even want to change it to the lighter pencil here as well, and just kind of put that in. So you'll see those will look a little better later. So kind of continue to shade this in. So in putting this all together, the other thing is the nail has this really a little bright spot right at the top of the nail. So everyone looks a little different. Some of the fingers, some of the thumbs are different. I find that the one on the thumb is a bit wider than some of the fingers. It might just be mine, but so we kind of will do that. What's the name of that thing anyway? I want to say cuticle, but I'm not exactly sure that's correct. Cuticle might be this part up here. I'm not sure. Anyway, on that note, you also have a little bit of line of skin right above there as well. So right up here you have this piece of skin, and very, very narrow, and the other part is over here. So continue to build on that. Obviously every thumb is different. Every person's thumb is a little different. What I've noticed is that you don't often have too much skin between the end of the nail and the outer part. So typically what we would do at this moment is maybe just fix this just a little bit and maybe bring the nail more to the edge. And I think the thumbnail is the widest of the nails out of the whole finger, of the hand. So we might actually purposely make sure that nail is extra wide. It gives the look of the thumb, and it does make it look like a proper dimension as well. So kind of make this wider and You see, I just erased something there. I felt like the nail was a bit too round, so I was trying to come out a bit and then bring it in. The other interesting part about the nail is that it obviously has, in most cases, a bit of a overhang, or a bit of a white part over there. So we're going to draw that in as well. And the skin will kind of, everyone's a little different, but skin is over here. And I'll just clean this up just a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll kind of get the nail there and there. So you kind of, that's the overhang part, right, where we clip our nails. So this is kind of what we look at when we kind of see from above. What I like to do at this point is kind of maybe use the 5B and actually do some shading in this. When we do some shading, what I like to do is start with a nail and always start at this point of the drawing and work your way down. Start stronger over here and lighter down here. And the reason I do that is I actually take my finger afterward and just kind of smudge it around. It actually creates for a really nice fading effect. In fact, you can even continue and build along more in the shading and grab the 7. And when I do that, I put some shorter lines with the 7. So further to build upon some of the shading there as well. So do that, and I'll continue to add my shading into here. And I want to do the same down at the bottom as well. Once I'm happy with the level of shading on the thumbnail, I do like to go back and kind of redraw the outer line of the nail. I do feel like it helps establish some of the lines, especially after you've kind of smudged and rubbed around some of the pencil lines, of course. Okay. So we'll do that around the outside over here. The other thing that I like to do is make sure that this area is not shaded in. And if you do happen to have any shading that has gone in the end of the tip of the nail, it's perfectly fine to go back and erase that, because you kind of want that tip of the nail to be as bright as possible. It's actually one of the brightest spots there. So we'll just go back and clean that part up, fix that as well. The other thing I like to do is also just put some light shading in and around the thumb as well, the skin. And to give it some effect of being 3D, you might want to add some shading on the sides. Quickly grab my 7. And also just add some shading there on the side as well. So for me, the one thing that I'm having trouble with seeing in this is the squareness of the thumbnail. It's something that's kind of throwing me off. So actually, if you ever get into this situation where you're not happy with the shape of the nail, there's absolutely nothing wrong with just kind of going back and cleaning it up. I would say the first thing that I would want to fix up is this kind of line over here. I think it's a little too, it's not round enough, so you might want to go back and do that. The other thing that I want to fix up over here for myself is also the curviness of the tip of the nail. I think that we went a little too square, so I would say just kind of going back over here and just adding a slight curve to it might be nice as well. And if you need to fix your shading and the thumb, you can always just go back and do that as well. So you can see that takes a little bit more of a shape over there as well. Let's go back over here. You can add some 3D texture to kind of make that thumb look nice and round, so you can kind of bring the lines up. Always start on this line and bring them up. You can do the same on the other side. Let's clean this up here a bit as well. I tend to be a bit of a perfectionist, so every little thing that I see that is a little off, I kind of always go back to. Let me know if you're the same way. Do you always go back and always continue to kind of clean up and fix up? Or do you just kind of commit to it and get it next time and always improve on the next one? Everyone's a little different. Let me know what your style is. Let me know in the comments below. You might notice when you look on your thumbnail as well, some people have some of these lines running along their fingernail. Maybe it's just me, but there's nothing wrong with adding some of those right through from here down. Although I did that in the shaded part, there's nothing wrong with doing that in the upper part as well. In fact, sometimes I even like to use the ruler, because these lines that do come up in our thumbnails tend to, oftentimes be quite straight and quite firm in terms of the straightness of them. So let's clean this up. Sometimes even that skin that's here has sometimes a little bit of imperfection to it, so there's nothing wrong with even drawing a little bit of that in there. that's pretty much it. You can kind of see how that all came together. What I would say is give it a try. Try the thumb first. It's always kind of the easiest one to draw, and then move on to the other fingers like the index, middle ring, and pinky. We're going to do them all, so I'll show you all of them. This is just the start of one, and you'll see how this progresses moving forward. But just to summarize, what you want to always do is have this part definitely darker right over here. This here should be the brightest, and the thumbnail should be the brightest. Work on the lines to create that 3D effect of the thumb, and the shadow right on the sides really gives it that height. So try that out, give it a try. Let us know in the comments below, how did it go for you? Did you like it? Did it work for you? And let us know what you want to draw, what we can draw for you actually. That would be great. So thank you very much. Thanks for watching.